Have you ever wondered what's actually worth practicing when you're learning belly dance? Not just what looks flashy or what gets applause, but what's gonna give you real skills. In this video, we're breaking this all down like little movement scientists. What to practice, what not to practice, and then how your brain and nervous system actually learns dance in the fastest, easiest way. Hello, dancing friends. My name is Tamara. I'm a professional belly dancer, embodiment educator, and your guide on this journey of becoming a more capable, confident, and creative belly dancer. I'm here to help you understand the movement, how it works, how to best learn it, and how to train smarter, not harder. Let's dive in. So you're a beginner belly dancer, and what do you practice? The first thing is vocabulary, learning the what of the movement. All dance is a form of communication, and to communicate, you need to learn words. You can think of vocabulary like your alphabet or your dictionary. And just like learning how to speak, you start with basic words, or in dance, basic steps. I made another video about the foundational movements of belly dance. There are 5 foundational movements of belly dance: curves, curvy movements; waves, wavy movements; shakes or shimmies; and then pops and locks. And in belly dance, we have an array of very standard moves like hip circles, figure eights, shimmies, undulations. And these are all your building blocks that give you something to say, the words that you're going to speak, the kind of the rug to dance on. The second thing to practice as a beginner dancer is technique, or how you say something. So let's say I'm running. The running is a step, but how am I running? Am I running fast or slow? Is it smooth running, or is it chunky? Is it a big run or a small light jog? And technique is all about how you perform the movement. So let's take a hip circle, for example. You can do a slow hip circle or a fast one. You can do a very easy, light hip circle or a hard, thick hip circle. So bigger, slow, thicker, thin, slow or fast. Think of technique like an artist. The rhythm, the shape, and the texture of the movement. And this is where there's so much richness and infinite variety with how to play with your technique. And how technique is taught in most dance classes is mostly through a process of drilling and repetition. You just repeat the movement over and over until it becomes easier and easier, and you commit it to memory. And over time, as you build familiarity with the movement, it becomes second nature. And the third thing to practice as a beginner dancer is expression, or the why behind the movement, the feeling. And this is really the fun part. And you can practice this part kind of layering it on your dance. So let's say we do a hip circle, and then we do a slow, light hip circle, and we can make this movement our own movement through how we express it, our mood, or our personality. So we can do a small hip circle with a nice smile, or with kind of a tease, or a little bit shy. And this is where the really exciting storytelling element of dance comes into play. And it really makes all of the difference. You can be a beginner belly dancer and do a very basic move, but if you do it with feeling, you come across as a very evolved dancer. So you're not just learning steps, you're also layering this experience for yourself and your audience, and that includes the what, or the vocabulary, the how, or the technique, and the why, or the expression. Now, equally important as a dancer is what not to practice. So let's talk about what to maybe hold off on for now. If you're a beginner dancer, you should not be jumping into classes with advanced choreography or very complicated choreography or advanced technique. Now, why would we avoid doing this? It's because your nervous system learns best when you're in a good mood, when you feel safe and successful, and maybe slightly challenged, but too much challenge leads to overwhelm and this state that you can never really get it. And that's discomforting, and that signals a lack of safety, and you're not going to be able to learn anything in that kind of state. It's going to take you much longer to learn, and you're also skipping out on all of the foundations. You can think of this as learning how to draw, right? So let's say your first sketches will include lots of scribbles. You'll first scribble a lot, and then you can start to draw straight lines, circles, squares, and gradually add more and more complex shapes. But if you try to jump into painting a masterpiece right away before learning the basics, the foundations, how to draw a very neat circle, then you're really selling yourself short. So don't try to move like a master before you've built a really strong, solid foundation in your dance. Give yourself time to scribble. It'll pay off in the end. If you've ever rushed trying to get somewhere and spilled your tea and it took you longer because you were rushing, the same concept applies to learning and to learning dance. So a fun fact about learning: when your brain has the time and the space to make clear, lasting connections, little by little, step by step, it's like building a bridge instead of leaping over a canyon. And believe me, I've tried the canyon leap and completely failed. When I was starting out 14 years ago, I made this exact mistake and tried to jump in the advanced class right away. And it actually set me back so much. It did not help me grow faster at all. It just made me anxious and disconnected and feeling like I can never get it. Even as a much older, more experienced dancer, I still take the time to slow down the movement and really map out the clarity of it and build up layer by layer. And that's what helps me continue to grow year after year, even after dancing many, many years. It's the most sustainable and satisfying way to learn, grow, and improve. I'd much rather take my time walking and be able to enjoy sipping my tea along the way. So if you are just starting out on your belly dance journey, remember, practice your vocabulary, refine your technique, add your expression, and skip out on the pressure, skip out on the rush. Train yourself with curiosity, consistency, and care. And if you would like support on this journey, if you'd like to learn how to be a more capable, confident, and creative belly dancer, I created a space just for you. It's called the Creative Bellydancer Club. You can come dance with me. I'll put the link in the description.